Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drinkwing Gaming, sending you out on Twitter the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Just Friends, Wagner's Path. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Alright. You're a very nice person, you know. So yeah, I just wanted to thank you for spending your time talking with this boring mutt. He points at himself when saying the last words, and I just grin at him. You know, I was thinking the exact same. I should be the one thanking you, mate. I would spend the entire day alone if you didn't appear at the bar earlier today, so yeah. Spend your time with me, mate, before I mutt your good company. I'm glad we met, you know. I look at his eyes when I say it. He's there stuck on his spot, tail moving slowly left and right, and he's smiling at me. Well, aren't you a sweet little guy? Taking my words, mixing it a little to come up with something almost identical but with way more impact. Have you ever tried to use that smooth talk of yours to get the girls? I chuckle at him when I look at the horizon. In front of us, the courts with people playing their sports and no one else around. It's interesting, isn't it? Every single person decided to go to the beach or the pool today. That does not answer my question, but yes, today is pretty hot. If it weren't for this tree and this damp grass, I'd probably be dying right now. I grin at him, which makes his tail wag a little faster. I'm serious, though. Look at all those trees around us. It's no wonder this place is closer to the park. There's a lot of good potential for picnics or just rest. Yes, the artificial shade from the benches closer to the court may help, but these trees are awesome. It's like we found a particular little place in hell that feels like heaven, you know? He grins at me, with a very smug smile, his tail still waving faster than before. He looks around and then pokes my forehead. Well now, a little place in hell that looks like heaven, huh? Well, I can't deny that walking over this hot day without a single shade would burn you alive, but aren't you being a little dramatic? Am I? I give him a bigger smile. And he just chuckles at me, tapping on my shoulder before looking at the guys playing basket on the other court. I guess not. Even when you try to get away from a question with words, you do it in a way that impresses me, that's all. I can feel my face getting a little warmer, but I just accept the compliment. I can't just throw at him I'm only attracted to guys. I already had a dynamic similar to someone else before, and things just crumbled once I told them that. I doubt he's that kind of guy, but even so, better safe than sorry. I look at the general direction he's facing, and I just lose myself to my own thoughts. It's such a calm day today. Hearing the guys shouting at each other while they play with what I think are smiles on their faces, or way too far from them to know for sure, really does calm me by a lot. Today is definitely a good day. Thanks to a little dog I came to meet here in this resort, and I'm truly glad I did. I hope he does too. As the guys on the basketball court are playing their final match, we keep watching them from a distance, under the big tree's shade. And this small pocket of coolness and soft, moist grass beneath our bodies, which makes this moment, feel weirdly surreal. It's like we're in a bubble of peace, one that's only ours to enjoy. Look at the dog's green eyes while he's looking at the game and they're playing on the court. It's a mix of peaceful silence with the sound of the guys over there playing and shouting at each other. The sound of the ball kicking on the cement floor while they play their match together with the breeze here under this tree. It's a really bizarre, picturesque situation. Like we're at this perfect distance from them to be in a mix of calm and excitement. It's weirdly soothing somehow. He looks at me and gives me a big smile with a nod. So that's what you're thinking, huh? Yeah, I think I understand what you're trying to say. If we were closer to them, we would have too much noise reaching us. But since we're kind of far, we can hear them playing while feeling this calm and peace right now. I guess the fact they don't have a big crowd watching them right now helps to maintain this balance. I look at him again, feeling a little surprised. I wasn't supposed to say that out loud, so why did I? Oh, sorry, I was just thinking out loud. I like this place right here. It's calm. It's cool, and I know it's absurdly hot outside of these trees' shade, but that's why there are so few people around here today. It's like we found a small pocket of peace with little entertainment over there. That makes the entire situation more enjoyable for some reason. He gives me a big grin, looking at me with those big, beautiful green eyes. I totally agree. I guess they're having their fun over there, huh? Well, they're not having a better time than I am right now, though. I give him a shy smile, because I'm having fun, too. Who would have thought that staying with someone cool in a peaceful place without people annoying the hell out of us would be this fun? I look at the guys playing in the distance, the sound of the ball kicking while they play their match, a player shouting to another while they play. It's an interesting rivalry that I have no intention of partaking in, but it's fun to watch. I wish I knew anything about sports, though. I was never the best one at school. I was more of the nerdy kind of guy at the time. I guess that helped me fetch the job and profession I have today. But even so, I yawn while looking at them and stretch my arms. It's really fun, seeing them playing basketball there. One day maybe I'll ask someone to teach me the sport. I never gave too much importance to sports, so that you have to use a ball. The dog looks at and shows me a big grin again. So, you're not into playing with balls? That's a shame. Yeah. Dogs love playing with them balls, don't they? Of course, that's why we're the best species. Ha! Very funny, dog. But back to the topic of me not playing a lot of sports. I was always into running or jogging. The PA teacher always got on my nerves because at my school they only wanted you to play volleyball. Which I know a little, but I'm not good at it. Football or soccer, it was very limited now that I think about it. I always just ignored him and let him do whatever he wanted. It was not like he could make me fail because I don't like to play the sports he liked to teach. So you jog instead? Well, you don't have a fat body. You look pretty fit. There's a lack of muscle, but it's nothing concerning as far as I can see. My family has a tendency of getting fat if they don't exercise, so I always jogged, walked a lot, things like that, to avoid gaining unnecessary weight. That being said, I believe I eat fairly well. It's not like I'm trying to be skinny. I'm just a normal human blessed with a good metabolism, maybe. So, let me crack this water open. Lemonade sorbet. Lemon sorbet, not lemonade sorbet. Not overwhelming in its taste. That's interesting. It doesn't taste a ton of lemon. Interesting. Okay. The dog's smile gets a little wider. His tail swishes left and right, and he just nods at me without saying a word. We look at the guys playing again, and we stay there watching them and making them small talk. I can feel a small pain in my stomach, a warning that I'm starting to get hungry. Even so, I don't say anything. I don't want this peaceful time to end. I close my eyes for a while, and I can only feel his warm presence around me in this moist and cool piece of paradise we found on this hellish day. After a while, just there, sitting close to each other, sometimes feeling the dog's tail moving behind me and going slowly away, a signal that he's at least a little happy. He looks at me with a soft smile on his muzzle. So, it's getting late. Those guys are going to play another match probably, but I think we should just go back to the hotel and grab something to eat before this place turns into a night restaurant and everything starts being absurdly expensive. What do you say? I look at my phone to check the hours, and it's about 4:50 p.m. It's half an hour of walking from here to the hotel, and if I'm not mistaken, the cafeteria closes after 6 p.m. and reopens at 8 p.m. as a fancy night restaurant. The fact that they can change the entire place to feel like a fancy restaurant in 2 hours is insane, which makes me believe maybe they're doing something on the first floor to fix it. I remember hearing someone talking that the first floor is being renovated into a mall area for the guests, and probably with a restaurant there. Which would make a lot of sense, since it must be a pain in the workers here to keep reorganizing the place to make it fancy every night. I need to find Chelsea eventually and ask her about it. I stop thinking to myself for a second, and I look to the dog, which is looking back at me, waiting for an answer with a serious expression. You okay, bud? Oh, 1 second, now. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Okay. Oh, bless me. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. You wanted to go eat, right? I look at my phone again and then at him. I should give him a proper answer. Sure, let's go. Alright, kinda sad that we have to go now, right? Well, yeah. But before I came here, my boss advised me not to go expending money at night. The place shines during the night, so yes, but everything doubles the price or triples depending on the place. So, yeah, let's go, dog. We can chat while we walk together. He nods and gives me 2 thumbs up. Okay, then, let's go. We both get up from our small pocket of peace on this hellish day. The sun is starting to set and everything is looking orangish. As we get up, Wagner looks at me as if he's about to lend me his paw, but I'm already up by then, so he just puts his paws in his pockets. I'm not sure if I'm seeing things, though. Maybe I'm just a feeling, nothing more. But he does look a little disappointed, and I wonder if I should wait a few seconds before getting up so he could help me. He's a gentle dog, that's for sure. I stretch my body together with him for a few seconds, taking my time to sneak peek at his gorgeous arms, which are one of the features I like about him the most. He's looking at me whenever I look at him, which makes me feel a little odd, but I try to not show him that I'm purposefully looking at him, and I guess it works since he doesn't know any particular showing expression. Is it just me, or does his root seem a little longer? He just stretches while he looks at me, and I do the same. After we're both done, I say, So, should we go? He gives me a wink before he answers. Yes, I believe we should, but not directly. Let's take a long way out like we did to come here. I want to talk more with you before we eat. That's fine by me, dog, but don't forget we can't get there too late or we'll have to wear tuxedos and pay way more than we want. He gives a big sigh now because he didn't want to. What is this fucking sentence? Big sigh now before it was because he didn't want to go, or it felt like it, but now it feels like he's frustrated. They clearly should finish that newer restaurant they want to do on the second floor or something, so we can eat in peace. I chuckle at him. I always forgot that the second floor in the hotel is actually a small mall thingy with a future casino, fancy restaurant and all that. They're doing renovations so no one can go there. Or no one should. There's one department store that is still open if you need the stuff to swim, I think. Even if they do, I think they would shut down the current restaurant so people would still have to go to the fancy restaurant upstairs during the night, right? He sighs again, which is starting to look funny. The more he does, the more I find it adorable. Fine, you're right. I forget how expensive this place can be, though. Either way, let's not waste time here. I don't want to go since it's so good to be here with you, but we need to start walking if we want to eat in peace, right? I give him a big smile to see if I can get him in higher spirits. I also don't want to leave, but it's good to see we're on the same page. Okay, dog, let's start walking then. He nods with a hint of a smile on his muzzle, and we start walking, away from the tree in the shade, away from the court with the people deciding if they play more or just go away too. Sorry about that, y'all. Away from everything that made today such a good day. No matter how much I think about it, it all feels so magical for some reason. It's the simple things that make a good day, with the correct company, of course. I never thought before coming here that I would enjoy so much sitting on damp grass and just talking under the tree with this dog, but here I am, wishing this never ended. We walk a few minutes, and soon we're back in the park. As we walk together, we stop for a second to look at an empty bench, the wind hitting us slowly and making the tree's leaves dance on top of them for us, making that particular wind hitting the leaves sound that is so good and relaxing to hear. There are a few people here right now, too. Well, don't think we have time to sit a little and enjoy the wind now, huh? I look at him, surprised. I was thinking the same thing, actually. I love the sound of the wind hitting the leaves. It's calming. And there's no one around. I think 1 or 2 minutes of this wouldn't hurt, right? You know? I like the way you think, mate. Okay, then, let's sit there and enjoy a little. We walk together to the wooden bench and sit there together. The sun is lower in the sky, but I believe we still have some time before it fully sets. We just stay quiet on the bench for a minute or so. I close my eyes to hear the sounds, and it feels so calming, it's insane. But as I expected, the time runs out pretty quickly. With another sigh, the dog gets up from the bench, and this time I wait for a second so he can offer me his paw, which this time he does with a big smile on his muzzle. God, I need to hold this rushing feeling of needing to hug this dog every single time, or he'll be scared off. My dogs are so cute. I take his paw, and just like that, we start walking again. Man, I wish we haven't had this time restrained on the restaurant. I want to spend more quality time like this with you, without people around, just us and nature. It's so damn rare to find people who's cool with it like you are. Really? I mean, you don't have people around you at the home that enjoy nature? Not many people. Most of them prefer to stay indoors or to go out and party. I enjoy being in a calm place with no sound, no people, just natural sounds. The people back home love to make noise all the time. I don't have many friends that would enjoy nature walks like this, as you do. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to have a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank y'all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silver, and thank you on above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Thanks to our 3 gold tier patrons, Zeke, Toby, and Blue Wolf Alpha. Y'all are awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to Ultimate Tier. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to all of our not safe for work contents as little as $5. So if y'all want to donate to our Patreon, you can donate using Super Thanks on YouTube. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!